Hi everybody, today is Tuesday, July 6, 2016, and I don't have any kind of haul I wanted to talk to you about right now or tonight. I really wanted to talk to you about something I did on Saturday because we had the long 3-day weekend. And after talking with my husband and my son, we kind of came to the agreement that we do have a lot of stuff. And we do donate it, so don't get me wrong, we do donate a lot of it, but we still have a lot. Now, I decided to do a stockpile yard sale. And I've done it one other time earlier, probably about a month ago, and I was very surprised about how well it worked. I was very stunned on how much we made. I think at that one I made $350. So yeah, that was crazy. When you do something like this, it's like you don't know how people are going to react and what they, think of things and whatnot. But that particular one, I made $350. Well, we decided to try it again this weekend. And we also posted it on a Facebook page in our community so that people kind of knew what we were doing to kind of get the message out there, because for one, I'm not really a yard sale person. I'm kind of really skeptical and things like that, but I knew that the last one I had was a great success, and I was very surprised with that. So I decided to do it this weekend because we had the 3-day weekend. I thought, okay, good weather, maybe people will be out and about. So I tried it. So on Saturday, my husband and my son and my girls, we all helped and got the table set up and things out there. And people just started showing up. And not only that, but they saw the post on the community page for our town. So I started having people come, and they were like, oh my gosh, do you coupon? Do you, how do you do this? How do you get so much? And, how does it work? Can you teach us? Can you, a lot of people were very interested in what I did. Not only that, but they got things for basically dirt cheap. I think the most I marked anything was like maybe the diapers. Another thing was like the air freshener, the kits there that you get. I think that was it. Everything else was below. I mean, toilet paper, paper towels, I gave it away basically. I think I charged, like $4 for the toilet paper, for the big packs. And the Brawny Bounty ones I was all stocked up on. At one point, towards the end, I actually had I had like 8 different people there, and 2 or 3 of them wanted toilet paper. And the ones that we were trying to, move, we had 2 left of. And they were basically, how much? And I said, well, we were selling them for like 4 because they were the big packs. And you thought it was, like one of those crazy store deals or something. And because they were about to fight over toilet paper, it was really interesting. I was like, just here, you take one and you take one, and then that will solve the problem. So that was great. But I had one person come in, because I live by the Canadian border, so we had some people from Canada come over, and they bought a bunch of my Tide and Parasil, like toothpaste. They bought some hair products or whatever, but I think they spent about $70. So that was like, wow, But they couldn't beat the price either. I had one guy show up, and he had just gone to Costco, and he was like, are you kidding me? He goes, I should have just came here. And I was like, yeah. But I mean, for the most part, it went really well. I think a lot of toilet paper, paper towels went, the detergent shampoos and conditioners. I had a few razors. Trying to think. Makeup was another big one. I didn't put perishable foods or, foods like spaghetti sauce or anything. I was kind of trying to feel out what people were looking for. So I didn't do anything like that. It was mainly like toilet paper, paper towels, shampoo and conditioners, stylers, hairspray, razors, things like that, just to kind of feel what they were looking for. I had people ask me, do you have food? And I said, yeah. And they were like, can we see? And I was like, well, can you message me personally and then we can talk? Because I said to them, I said, it was kind of one of those things where I was a little afraid to see where people stood on that one because, obviously I just want to keep moving my stockpiles. But I said, I didn't feel comfortable with just bringing out food. But you know what? A lot of people were really wanting it. And I had a few people that I looked at that, honestly, I think they needed help. So I had them message me personally. So I'm going to help them, take care of them. But for the most part, I kind of got a sense of what they were going for, and people were just buying stuff up. They were asking me if I had, like toys and things. I said, oh yeah, I've got a stock room with those, with just gifts, and I said, let me see what I got. I mean, like, I know with back to school starting soon again, we're gonna have the back to school sales, and I've got all this stuff that I've acquired that normally I donate the backpacks and stuff or put them together and donate them. But I think maybe I'll try the yard sale and see if maybe, for cheap, I can put it together what a kid needs. So I don't know. I might try that and see where that goes. But yeah, it went really, really well. Like I said, I think the most I charged anything was $5. And I mean, still that was a good deal because you're basically just paying for the coupon and my time. So a lot of people inquired about it. They want to know more about it. They want to learn how to do this. And I said, I seem to get enough input that I might just do that, put a class together. So anyway, it went well. It went really, really, really well, to the point where my son's was tallying it up, and he's like, Mom, I'm like, what? And then, remind you, we started at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I think the last kind of people that came in were around 5 o'clock. And then after we had dinner, nobody came, but we closed up shop after that. So basically, from that time, we made just almost $450. So we beat the last time we did it. And my husband and my son just looked at me and they were like, oh my gosh, Mom. And I said, well, gets us closer to Disney because we're saving money to go to Disney. I'm not just bringing my family, I'm bringing some others. So like my saving star money and everything, I'm putting all that aside. That's our Disney money. That's what I'm doing to help pay for our trips and to pay for everybody to go. And so my kids are ecstatic because it's just crazy. I mean, so basically people are getting it for almost free, really cheap, and they're helping me get closer to my vacation, basically, with all my family. So yeah, so it works out. I'm giving back and I'm getting some in return a little bit, but it's helping me get to where I need to go. So in essence, you guys, I wouldn't have never thought about doing this, but I'm helping others in a way where they don't have to spend crazy amount of money, and in return they're helping me. So yeah, if you ever decide to do something like this, I would definitely give it a shot. I was surprised. Like I said, I'll probably do maybe 2-3 more before the summer's out, and also do incorporate the school stuff because I do have a ton of that, and I know I can give it away. I do, but also keep my stockpile moving in that area. So yeah, if you guys decide to do something like this, it's an awesome thing to do. I was really surprised. I also got emails from people because they wanted to know when the next one might be, to notify them, and they'll come out. I don't know also, was it because it was the beginning of the month, because everybody gets kind of paid at the beginning of the month. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I definitely made more money than the last time, and I think the last time was closer to the end of the month. So really not too bad at all. And they were both on holiday weekends, just so you know. So just because it's a holiday weekend doesn't mean that people won't be around. I had a couple pull up in our driveway in this huge monster truck, and they were on a way to a 4th of July party over the weekend. And they saw this stuff. They had to turn around and stop and see. And they got some stuff. She goes, I can't believe this. And, you know, she was just really surprised. She goes, this is awesome. And I said, well, thank you, you know. And it was just nice knowing that for what I do, people do appreciate it. And I'm glad I can help in some way. So if you guys get to try doing a yard sale, I suggest it. It worked. It brought in some money, and either you do what you want with it. You could pay a bill, whatever you need, but it definitely worked. It was awesome. So I would highly suggest it. If you've got stock to you need to move, I would do it. You know, why not? So yeah. So like I said, the most I priced anything was, I think, $5. Everything else was below. I mean, shampoos, I marked $1. I've got so many of them. Of course, every week we get new ones, and so I just keep it rotating. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about tonight, was about this. It was awesome. I highly, suggest it. I know some people don't feel comfortable and don't think that's a good idea, but you know what? There's so much else worse in the world. If I can raise a little money for my family, or just keep my stockpile moving and actually help somebody else for a cheaper price, why not? It's not like I don't give it away anyway. So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. I do plan to do some more CVS shopping, and maybe some more Rite Aid. Rite Aid I was kind of bummed about, but yeah, that's another time. But I ordered more inserts because the P&G was awesome this week. So I plan to hopefully get those by towards the end of the weekend, or before the weekend ends, so I can go out there and finish those deals. But otherwise, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I just hope you had a great 4th of July, that you guys just had a good family time, or whatever you did, and know that, God bless America, because, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all those who serve and all those who fought for this country. We wouldn't be right where we are. So for all of you who have, thank you, and God bless you all. And I will talk to you soon with the next deal. And God bless you. Talk to you later.